There are plenty of things to dislike about the Germans. Their arrogance, their pop music, the towel thing. But there are equally lots of reasons to love the Germans. No, really. Their camera equipment, their lager, their large executive motor cars. It might be a Mercedes, it might be an Audi, or it might be a BMW, but almost inevitably it's going to be German, because is there really a credible alternative to that terrific Teutonic trio? Well, here are a couple of car makers who reckon they can take the Germans on at their own game and beat them, just like we did in the football. First is the Hyundai XG30, and secondly, in the undeniably curvaceous form of the Peugeot 607. Better than the Germans? Don't be daft. So, we get a V6 engine with 210 brake horsepower. 0 to 60 comes up just under 10 seconds, and the top speed is not far from 115 miles an hour. We've got a 5-speed automatic gearbox with fuzzy logic. Fuzzy logic in the gearbox knows if you're in a real hurry and will skip gears going up or down depending on the violence of the application of your right foot. If, however, you don't want the car to make choices for you, you can opt for a manual clutchless shift, all of which comes as standard, as does a CD player, climate control, leather heated seats in the front and the back, and my favourite feature on the whole car, which are the electrically operated blinds. Allow me to demonstrate. You can just see them in the rearview mirror. Oh, very Tracy Island. Now, we buy Peugeots in this country, so we like Peugeots, and the Peugeots we like are little hatchbacks with either nippy, sporty, little zippy petrol engines or parsimonious diesel. We do not buy large French cars in the UK. It'll sell in France, don't worry. French people will buy this regardless of how good or bad it is, because they're like that. That's why they've still got a car industry and we haven't, but that's another story for another time. £30,000 puts it in the same sort of price range, not with the same level of equipment as some of the German cars that it'll have to compete with. But while there is a resemblance to the rest of the Peugeot range in the styling of this 607, it has a distinctive look of its own, which really identifies it out there amongst the common herd. There's a beautiful unbroken line from the front to the back of this car that you could draw with one deft sweep of the old HB, and the interior feels very nicely put together, but it's just a big version of a smaller Peugeot. But it's very easy to use, it's a well specified car, and it's a comfortable place to be. So, from a large luxurious French car with a 200 brake horsepower 3-litre V6 engine with a top speed of 150 miles an hour and fuel consumption around 25 to the gallon, to a large and undoubtedly luxurious car from Korea, a 3-litre V6 engine around 200 horsepower, a top speed not far from 150 miles an hour and a very similar fuel consumption figure. The biggest difference between these two, well, this one is 2/3 the price of that one. Well, this is the Hyundai XG30, and it's the fastest and most luxurious car that Hyundai have ever sold in the UK. It's almost 200 brake horsepower from the 6-cylinder engine, which comes with an automatic gearbox, which also has the option of a 5-speed Tiptronic type changing clutchless manual gear shifting system, although why you'd want to use that, I'm not at all sure. This is a very large, heavy, luxurious vehicle, very, very softly suspended. Driving this car with any degree of vim, vigour or even vitality induces a degree of body roll not seen since Jeff Capes attempted to master the unicycle. Now, the seats are large and quite accommodating, and they're heated and they're electrically powered, and their size is an indication of just who's expected to buy this car. because I don't think I've ever driven a motor car that was manufactured outside of the United States that felt quite this American. If this car had a Chevrolet or a Buick or an Oldsmobile or a Lincoln insignia on it, I wouldn't have been surprised at all. And that has all sorts of implications, because I might have said this before, but Americans don't buy cars like Europeans do, like you and I. They're not looking for driving dynamics. They're not interested in feel at the steering wheel. Americans buy cars like they buy carpets, by the square yard. And here with the Hyundai XG30, you're getting an awful lot of metal for your money. It's not particularly good looking metal, it's not particularly enjoyable metal, but you get a lot of it. It's my job not just to drive these cars, to look for unique and distinguishing features that might set them apart from the competition, but to actually try and imagine who would buy them. What sort of person would spend £21,000 on a Hyundai XG30? Well, in a word, Americans. It's just their kind of car, although I strongly suspect they'd prefer paying $21,000. 30 grand for a Peugeot 607 V6, well, you'd have to be French, wouldn't you? We just don't buy big French cars in any numbers in this country, so it's a good job they do. And if you find yourself driving either of these big barges within these shores, then I strongly suspect that's because you've reached a rung of the corporate ladder where your status demands a car of this size, while lesser beings in the company drive hatchbacks from the same manufacturer. Me, my money would go on Alfa Romeo's exquisite 166, but bearing in mind the horrific residuals, if I were you, I'd stick with the Germans.